All right, moving on. Global nuclear weapons spending surged to a record high in 2025. And this comes as atomic armed countries moved more warheads from storage onto delivery systems. According to the International Campaign to Abolish Nuclear Weapons, or ICAN, the 9 nuclear armed states jointly spent nearly $119 billion on their arsenals last year. Now, that is up 19% from 2024. The dramatic spending hike on nuclear weapons came as countries rushed to modernize their arsenals and deploy more of their stockpiles as nuclear spending reaches record levels. ICAN and a separate study by the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute have voiced alarm at the growing nuclear risk while geopolitical tensions continue to rise. Now, CIPRI's report highlighted that the total estimated number of nuclear warheads had been declining for decades, falling at 12,187 at the start of the year. But it warns the number of weapons available for potential use has risen to 9,745.
The more worrying news is that even though we have lower numbers of nuclear weapons, the level of nuclear dangers and nuclear risks are rising.
ICAN's report indicated that all nuclear armed states, which also include Britain, France, India, Israel, North Korea, and Pakistan, were increasing investments in their arsenals. The 9 countries jointly spent nearly $17 billion more last year than in 2024 on the weapons of mass destruction. Washington spent more than all other countries combined, dishing out $69.2 billion on nuclear weapons in 2025. Now, that is an increase of $12.4 billion from a year earlier. The United States was followed by China, which was estimated to have spent $13.5 billion last year, and then Britain at $12.6 billion and Russia at $9.5 billion. Over the past 5 years, it was determined that the 9 countries had spent over $470 billion on their arsenals. The United States and Russia together hold around 83% of the world's nuclear arms stockpile, with more than 5,000 warheads each. Now, China is expanding its nuclear arsenal faster than any other country. CIPRI estimates that it accounts around 620 warheads. CIPRI predicts that overall nuclear arms stockpiles are likely to begin growing again in coming years, and this is because the pace of dismantlement is slowing, while the deployment of new nuclear weapons is accelerating. Meanwhile, the investments are expected to grow in the future.
In the absence of arms control that put limits on the deployment and manufacture of nuclear weapons, and with the end of nuclear arms control, we are also seeing less transparency when it comes to nuclear weapons. So we will know a lot less about the number of nuclear weapons, the type and configuration of nuclear weapons, the deployment and posture of nuclear weapon states. So all of these present greater risk.